It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run on first down. Joyner. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On first down, Joyner. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down now, Joyner. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll run on first down. Joyner. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll try the left side. Joyner. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And this one is right through. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
First down, Bridgewater. And this is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he'll give it here to his running back. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
It's 3rd and 10.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
On first down, Joyner. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Out of the gun now on third down. James has got it. Complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lawrence. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check, 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 check.
They'll run on first down. Joyner, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
On second down, Joyner. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down now, Valentine. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Play fake. Bridgewater. He's got his man on the crossing route. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Come on now.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Watch 52. 52's the mic. Hey, pick it up.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater.
Oh, my
He finds a
God.
man with a crossing route. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give, right side. Valentine. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Ready. Go. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash, this from 53. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
No, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. 69 yards as his guys are back within a single score. So much talk this week on the other side about slowing him down coming off that great performance. NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But long touchdown run there. Nobody was stopping it.
Yeah, good luck for that because that was an explosive run. You know, in the NFL, they describe that as any run over 10 yards. Some teams say 15. He went over 20-plus on that one.
Let's go!
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out.
There he goes left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Don't do this now. We're helping him out now.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
On third down, Valentine. And able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let them get to the second level because sometimes they'll break up.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Bridgewater now. Throw left side.
That ain't gonna work.
It's Stevenson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
Let's go.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, Valentine. He's got daylight. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. On 1st down, Jones, for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Oh, that was my fault.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back, back, back. I got you.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 38, Bridgewater. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, you got 3 down.
They go again with Davis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Watch the screen. Pass. Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
Now back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. Joyner. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to let this slip away.
On 3rd down, Joyner, and he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Watch the shift. Watch the twist.
They'll run on 1st down. Joyner. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check, 93's the mic, 93.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Check safety. He's coming. We got double up.
On 3rd down, Joyner. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Dang, that was my fault. Run
So
straight
on
ahead,
4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PA.
And got his man complete. 36 yards on the play. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Valentine. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here's Bridgewater.
That's me!
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
On first down, Joyner. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Go. Go. Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Joyner. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on first down. Joyner. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
2 times. Hey, 4 down. Check 3. Slam. Where's 52?
Now a give, right side. Joyner. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Watch twist. One more. Hey, alert 3. Slam.
On third down, Joyner. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there.
Play big today, boy. Play big today.
And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's going to let it fly.
Oh, that was me.
It'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Bridgewater to throw for it on fourth. Oh, he shifts past him. That's to his running back, complete. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Check four, check four. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Shit, shit, shit.
Bridgewater again. And he comes back with one.
Yes, sir. Oh!
And the ball is knocked out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Bridgewater to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Watch the pass. Hey, Mike 52.
Now Bridgewater on fourth down. Trying to improvise. He's going to let it. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 22. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense. That's it. That's what you want. Straight-ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll keep it on the ground. Joyner. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most...